So in today's video, one of the communities that we manage and also my broker Enon Winkler owns is called Leisure Meadows. It's a 127 lot park here in Florida, and we were doing some major improvements to the wastewater treatment plant there. But while we were there, I figured we'd go over some tips for improving your park, whether you should bring in new homes or rehab used homes, pros and cons of buying wastewater treatment plant, things like investing money in a clubhouse, office, street lights, repaving the sidewalks, paving the roads, just overall general repairs you do when adding value to a manufactured home community. Again, this 127 lot park, Enon's created close to, if not more than $1 million in added value. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a little bit scattered because we weren't really planning it. It was kind of on the fly. But with that being said, enjoy.
So I'm here with our manager, Sandy. She has made all the difference in the world at our community. We're so thankful for her. Since we've bought this community and run this community, we've added 47 homes. She sold the majority of them. New playground, new office. We redid the clubhouse. We redid tons of infrastructure. We're redoing the wastewater treatment plant now. New fencing, cut the trees, new paving. So this park has totally transformed since you've been here, hasn't it?
It surely has. And now we're having so many people come in and they're saying what a nice park it is. And they just can't believe the changes from when they were maybe drove through here 4 or 5 years ago. We also, it's one of the cheapest lot rents that we have. We include the water, sewer, once a week trash pickup. We have Enon is gracious enough to allow us to have 5 to 6 different events out of the year that we have food. We always have Halloween for the kids. We always have a nice, great big Christmas party with all the food and gifts for the kids provided by Enon.
But we have changed the demographics here 100%. And we knew day one this was a very distressed park. When we bought it, there were 88 units. We had to demolish 8. I mean, we redid everything in this park and it just made a world of difference. Why don't we go check out the park? When we bought this was an old house that was totally dilapidated, and we thought we may save that as the office, but we're like, nope, we're going to buy a brand new office where we put in the clubhouse, we put in the gazebo, we put in the grills. This here was totally dilapidated. We went there, we reskinned it, replumbed it, totally redid it. It was full of just junk before. I mean, it's just amazing how great this park looks.
The clubhouse or the playground we just finished that up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember this wasn't here last time I was here.
Yeah.
Now, how are the residents taking this new?
They're really liking it.
Are they?
Yes, and what I've been doing too, I'm not done here, so this stuff is sitting over here. We're repainting all this. We got that part there repainted.
Nice. And one thing we do at all of our parks is we always keep stuff stocked. So if people need it, I mean, this isn't like gonna feed every family, but as this stuff goes, we refill it. I mean, we have toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, we have food. So we just put it there and they come and get it and we give it to them, and we always have this stock. And one thing to think about when you buy a community is how are they gonna react to handicapped people? So we went through a little bit of challenges with respect to redoing the clubhouse and our bathroom. So just remember, whenever you have bathrooms on site, are they handicap approved? Are they handicap accessible? Those are things that you need to think about, because as you go through and you make changes and bring things up to code, they're gonna make sure they are handicap accessible. Just keep that in the back of your mind as you're redoing things and having to pull permits. New code regulates that things need to be handicap accessible. It's very important, because if you forget about it, you're gonna spend a lot of money you didn't expect to spend. Whenever we go into a park, whether we manage or own it, we always like to make sure we secure things. So when we bought this, there was a chain link dilapidated fence around this. We came in and this was back here was an old basketball court, for example. We got rid of the old basketball court. It wasn't any good. And we came in here and we put a nice vinyl fence around our well and our holding tank. And then we also built this into storage, and we built a garage back here for our maintenance. So what was an eyesore and looked like crap now looks excellent. Another example, this is our well, so we protect our well so that way it's nice and there's vinyl around it. In addition, we also make sure that we take the garbage and we enclose it so that way it looks good. People can access it when we open it, and there's just not all this trash around it and people dumping things. So we secure things in a manner that look good, and we secure them not only for our safety and the resident safety, but also make the community look better.
Okay. So is this storage for you or for residents?
Residents. us and
for
so these
us
like
too.
their cars, their.
The other thing we've done is within this here, we blocked this out, and we're actually making a little bit of money by charging people $20 to $25 a month to store things. And as you can see,
We've got
a couple $100 a month. And then in addition, we have our maintenance shed back here. It's a brand new maintenance shed that we bought and we put in, and that's where we keep our mowers and all of our stuff that we're doing on the property, so that way they have a nice maintenance shed to pull from.
Okay, so this next part, this is the wastewater treatment plant we were talking about. Yeah, they're doing a lot of work to it. Enon, do you want to explain a little bit what's going on?
Yeah, so when we bought this community, there were 88 homes in there, but there were a total of 127 lots. And when I purchased it, we knew that there was some work that needed to be done because this was an older wastewater treatment plant. So what we decided is once we got it to a point and we got it restabilized, we were going to put the money in to totally redo the wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah.
And that's what we're in the process of doing, which also adds more capacity, makes it run less, because before we were having to have it run a lot longer than we needed to, just to make sure that it got through the new residents that were here and so forth. But we're putting in brand new chambers here with respect to how the water flows. We're putting in new electrical systems. We're putting over here a digester. So when this is done, it's going to be like brand new. It's going to be a brand new wastewater treatment plant, and we couldn't be more excited to do it. But as you're buying parks with wastewater treatment plants, just always important to remember, there's going to be repairs and maintenance with it. It's just important to do your due diligence on the front end to make sure that you understand the life of the plant, and if there's any changes that are going to be made, making sure that you get the proper quotes to bid that out. It's just part of due diligence.
I can tell you anything kind of you want to know about what's going on with this now.
Yeah. So when we purchased this property, this road here was a dirt road. The majority of these lots did not have homes, but what we also have done is anything that's up here, we painted in yellow along with the speed bumps, because we want to make sure, as you can see, all these here, for safety purposes, we paint them yellow, and we're in the process of redoing a lot of these. We're going to have that finished by the end of the year. Here's one of our last lots left. This is kind of where we've been storing a lot of the concrete. We're putting in the dumpster here. So we have one of our last lots left. But as you can see here, good pride of ownership. Owners redoing their roofs here.
So why is it that you bring in new homes versus a rehabbed used home?
Yeah. So what we've done here is we've brought in 47 homes. Like here's an example of a new home. And we have sold the majority of them. Some of them we rented, but we were able to sell the majority of them. We do take a loss. And we take a loss because we like to move the homes. I can get into that later, but we don't have a problem taking some loss. I'll give you a quick example. If we take a loss of $10,000 per home, but it increases our value by 50, it's a net of 40. So just think about that. So some people are like, I would never lose money on a home. We lose money on homes. We don't choose to lose money on homes, but we'd rather sell the home than rent the home, lose 10 grand, increase our value by 50. It's a net of 40. It also makes it look like a very nice community because we have brand new homes. Now, we did bring in a couple used homes in here, and then we realized we did not want used homes. We found a park that was closing nearby, so we brought them in and we reskinned them. We redid the insides, and they look great. And I even show you one. But we just decided to bring in new homes because look at how nice this looks. I mean, this park's beautiful. Also, you can see every time we redo a home, we redo all the sidewalk. And ultimately, we're gonna redo all the sidewalks here, but you can see there's patches all the way down. We also put in a nice driveway. We put in new steps. We did not want to use the old driveway here. It makes no sense. If you're gonna put in new and make it look nice, put in new driveways. So what we did, these signs looked horrible when we bought it. There was nothing on them. They were just block structures. So what we did is we came in, we put in some lighting so that way they light up at night. We put in some rocks, we put rocks around it, put in some fake plants because the plants just die very quickly.
Yeah.
But what we did here is we bought a board and we had it named Leisure Meadows. So this is just screwed in as in a board, but it makes a huge difference. This before was dilapidated, you couldn't read the signage, you couldn't read what it was. And as you can see, we've just done that throughout the community in our different signs. We just put a nice plate over it, drilled in, and it looks great.
Yeah.
So when we purchased this community, this here was the office, and it was totally dilapidated, but it's a beautiful 2-bedroom house. But we use this as the office. So what we did is we took this little sunroom here and used it as the office, and then we continued to use the office to let some of our workers live in for the first 8 months that we brought a crew here. Because when we first bought the park, we demolished 8 homes. We renovated about 17 homes, and we had a crew here down from other parks that we had owned in Georgia, and they lived here, and we had our office out of here. So as soon as we got done with that, we then started working on buying the office down here, and we bought the office, got it approved. It took a little longer than we wanted, but at the end of the day, our preference was to have a nice community office rather than a house, and then we're able to sell this house for about 30 grand. So on our homes, whenever we come into a community, we like the porches. It's just something that we like. This is a Waycross Clayton. We buy Waycross Clayton, and we also buy True Homes. Now, the reason we chose True Homes is the price point, and they also build a good home, but we also ordered from Nobility as well. But this is a Waycross Clayton here, and you can see we love the porches. So on a lot of the homes that we own in here, we're gonna have porches. A lot of them are gonna have screen rooms. So we just wanted to make sure that we made it look as nice as possible. And I can tell you that the homes with the porches have been a huge hit.
Coming from a lot of investors who don't want to put in this much money into a community to make it nicer, what would you say someone who's worried to spend this much costs on improving the park?
Well, I think every investment's different. I mean, you know, we didn't have to do all this. So the reality is we could have came in here and kind of left what we had and rehabbed a bunch of what we had, which would still cost money. But my goal was to take this to a 2-star park. I mean, it was run into the ground. I mean, the tenants here, they had no community.
What was it like when you first came in?
Yeah,
How vacant was it?
Dilapidated. This home here, it's a beautiful home, vacant. This home here, right here, beautiful home, vacant. The brown one, vacant. So when we came in, we had all these good-looking homes that were vacant. He wasn't putting any money into it. I don't know why. So we had to come in here and we had to renovate. I think it was 15 homes. Good-looking homes. We spent like 5 to 6 grand a home. Probably didn't have to even spend that much. But I like to take it and make it as beautiful as you can without overspending. That's my goal. We have a solid 3.5 to 4-star community here that was maybe a 1.5 to 2-star community when we started. It's amazing what you can do. The other thing we did I thought was important. So on all of the lots, we have lighting. So we had lighting here before, but you know, these were broken, they didn't work. So as you can see, every single lot, we went through here and fixed the lighting because we believe the lighting, one, makes the community look good at night, but two, it's for everyone's protection. So there's a lot of things that we did here to think about what the residents wanted. And now we have quarterly parties. The whole community shows up. They can't wait for the next community party. So it's a huge difference of the community and the culture you can build in a community just by giving it some love. So we're near kind of the center of where we did a lot of work. So this is our brand new office that we moved from the front, which I talked about. And then we got lucky in some ways because we were turning this community around. It was looking so nice. This resident here actually came in and said, I want this lot. I'll buy the home. Can I buy it through you? Yes. We moved the home in. You can see it has a garage, double wide, beautiful landscaping. I mean, we had 4 people that came in and said, can we please just buy a lot because of all the things we were doing here. It's kind of unheard of, but it just goes to show how nice we're making the community. If you look here, this is also a brand new home, brand new home, brand new home, brand new home.
Yeah.
Brand new resident just moved from the up north. I mean, this is what it's all about, guys. Making it a place that people want to be and doing the best you can to enhance it to the level of which makes people feel safe and they have a nice community.
So that's the end of the video. Like I was saying, I'm going to be bringing way more real estate related content specifically revolving around investing in commercial real estate. A lot focused on manufactured home community investing, the mobile home park investing. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and be on the lookout for our next videos. Thank you.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars.